Hello everyone and welcome to the Game Shed with me, Mark, and in today's video I'm going to be looking at the Supaboy S. This is the new and improved Supaboy from Hyperkin. Now, I previously did a video of this Supaboy, unboxed it and showed you what it's made of and what it's all about. Putting in full-size cartridges into a little handheld. I say little, it's not so little. It's got a couple of controller ports and all that kind of stuff, but if you want to watch that video then I will put it in the description and make a card to it and all that lovely stuff. But for today's video we're looking at the new and improved Supaboy S. Now, how have they improved it, I hear you ask? First things first, they have improved the screen. It is a bigger screen, it is a brighter screen, it's a better screen in general. That, as well as the stereo speakers have been improved. You can see there's more dots. And there's a few other bits and pieces, but I'll go through those as we go along. Now, looking at the box, you can see on the front, it comes with a 2-year warranty, brilliant. 4.3-inch LED screen, an NTSC PAL switch, which this one doesn't have, and then TV output, SNES and Super Famicom compatible. It's got a brightness button and a rechargeable battery. So let's have a look on the back. As you can see here on the side, they've stuck to this angled box, which is awesome. I do like that. And on the side here it does tell you the same things as the front. So let's have a look on the back. You can see I've cut that open, beautiful, ready to open. Here we go, L button, 4-way directional control pad, select start, 4.3-inch screen, X, Y, A, B buttons and an R button. Down the bottom we've got first controller port and second controller port. On the top you've got micro USB charging port, power LED, PAL NTSC switch, reset, on off and AV out. Then on the bottom, a headphone jack, it's better than the iPhone 7 already. A volume switch and brightness adjustment right there. So there we go, here we go, look, the handheld Hyperkin Supaboy S will play original SNES, NTSC and PAL and Super Famicom cartridges on a built-in 4.3-inch LCD screen. It includes a D-pad and face buttons as well as right and left shoulder buttons. The Supaboy S also includes 2 front-loading ports that are compatible with full-size SNES compatible controllers and an AV out. So let's open up this box and have a look inside. Opening up the box, the first thing you will see is the lovely suede Hyperkin Supaboy S case that comes with it. This is a very nice nifty little storage case to stop it getting beat up and scratched when you're taking it on the move to your mate's house and all that kind of lovely stuff. I don't know how much you do with that, but there you go. Next up we see the Supaboy S itself, and here you go, you can see straight away the size difference in the screen. It is a big difference. And it is a little bit slimmer in parts, but at the same time there's not much difference actually at all. As you can see there, still pretty beefy, but also they've taken away this mini USB and they've put in the micro USB to go with the standard. So let's have a closer look at the actual unit itself. So as you can see here, stereo speakers on the sides, the ports on the front, buttons here, Y, X, B, A as standard, start and select up here, and you've got your lovely D-pad. It is a lovely little unit, and for those of you wanting to play full-size cartridges on the go, this is the one for you. There's a bit of a difference in the flap at the top. You can see it's got 2 plastic flaps there, this one's only got 1, and obviously the PAL NTSC switch there. Everything else is pretty much the same apart from the brightness button here. We will test that out in just a moment. So looking on the back, you can see you've got the battery cover. You can take the battery out and replace it if you want to. So that's the unit itself. What do we get with it? Let's have a look. It actually tells us here, look, pouch, which we've seen, wrist strap, micro USB charge cable and an AV cable. Now the AV cable is a great idea, and for those of you who have a capture card that can take AV, you can use this and capture with it. Capture your games on the go if you want to. So there we go, let me get rid of that box. Here's the wrist strap, bit random, but at the same time rather nice, rather fetching. It's in grey again. There's the instruction manual. There's a little bit of info about it, how you can play with Super Nintendo controllers. They should have bundled some Super Nintendo controllers in with it, that would have been awesome. There's the AV cable, it's very simple. Goes in there like that, and then you've got your standard yellow, red and white. Let me just unplug that, and finally here's your micro USB charging cable. This is much better than the old style mini USB or mini micro, whatever it's called. It's much better, it's much more the standard, and actually it probably would have been even better if it was USB-C, but not needed of something of this type, just needs charging. So there you go, there's the charging port up there and the charging cable. So that's what you get, that's what comes in the box. I mean, as you can see, the difference is relatively minimal in the build, but that screen is massively different. So for those of you that have got the Supaboy already, I don't know whether this is going to be top of your Christmas list, but for those of you that haven't got this already, this is definitely the one to go for. The screen is much better, much brighter. So now I want to test the Supaboy S, and what better way to do it than with some awesome Super Nintendo games. Look at this. So first up, let's put a PAL cartridge in both the Supaboy and the Supaboy S. Okay, so it's a much easier fit to put a cartridge in the Supaboy S. I think it's a bit stiffer in the Supaboy. So I've moved that box out of the way and put these two together. I can put them side by side and you can see the difference in the screen. So let's switch them both on. Let's hope both of them work straight away. Well, the Supaboy S works straight away and the Supaboy is working. So there you go, as you can see, I think we have a problem here. So let's try this one again. And there you go, I think it's worked first time. There we go. Say first time, that was second time round. And as you can see, you've got a widescreen on the Supaboy S. Now that might put some people off. Some people like having the 4:3 aspect ratio. But for me, I don't really care, whatever's the better screen. So if I press the brightness button, you can see the brightness goes to black, basically. But the brightest setting, 1, 2, 3, I think that's the brightest setting, then it's off. Very strange that you would want the screen off, but there you go. So I'll leave it on number 1. It seems to work the nicest and have the best color saturation. And on these normal Supaboy, you don't have that option, so the screen is what the screen is. Don't know whether that's a function that you think is worthwhile having on there. Let me know in the comments below if you think that was a pretty pointless function, but in bright sunshine outside, it may be worth it. When I'm indoors, I can't really see a massive difference. So there you go. Right, next up, let's turn that off, turn that off. We're going to try a US cartridge. I've got Rock and Roll Racing here. How can I go wrong? Right, so first off, let's stick this into the Supaboy S, and we're going to turn it to NTSC mode and turn that on. And let's have a look at how it looks. It does tell you up top right, NTSC. Now, I have still got the screen protector on here. I didn't even notice. Look at that. Let's peel that off and have a look at how the screen looks with this game. Nope. Let's try that again. Let's press reset, and we're going to see if it works second time round. The problem is, with some of these cartridges, you need to give them a blow and give it a second try. It's just like an old Super Nintendo. Don't you love it? So here we go. There's Rock and Roll Racing. You just press start on that. Who remembers this soundtrack? Amazing. So it's pretty clear. It works second time. American cartridge, NTSC, no problems at all. So let's turn that one off, and we're just going to pop this into the original Supaboy and see how we get on. So the addition of a PAL NTSC switch is a little bit odd, because in the original Supaboy, NTSC games work anyway. So I'm a little bit confused as to why they've put that in there, because if this can recognise both cartridges, why did they not just have that on this? Why do you need a switch? Maybe it's to do with the refresh rate, I don't know. I mean, I haven't actually fully tested this to see how it looks. Let's turn the volume up a little bit, see if we get sound. Yeah, we have got sound. So amazingly, during my testing, the battery has died on this bad boy. That just shows it's been a little while since I've powered it on. But you could see that it worked. It did struggle a little bit in comparison to the Supaboy S. So they've clearly put this NTSC switch in for a reason, and that is to make sure the compatibility is 100% spot on when you put an NTSC game in. So let's just pop that in and I will show you that again and show you how it looks. It looks gorgeous and it sounds gorgeous. That's rock and roll racing. Look at that, very, very clear on the screen there. And I think it's a definite improvement. That is the main feature difference in the Supaboy S, is the screen. The screen is hugely improved. So there you go, guys. What do you think? Is this something you'd be interested in? Would you buy something that lets you play full-size cartridges on the move? Would you drag out a Supaboy S on the train or on the bus and give it a play in front of people? I don't know. I mean, really and truly, this is what people are doing with the Switch now. It's about the same size. Actually, this is probably a bit smaller. But do you get to play full-size cartridges in it? No, they're tiny little games. So this is the Supaboy S. Guys, let me know in the comments below if this interests you. Is this a bit of a gimmick? Is it something that you would buy just for the look of it? I don't know, people. I like it. I like the nostalgia it brings by being able to play full-size cartridges. Also, the fact that you could hook this up anywhere and play multiplayer on the big screen with your friends. Rather than taking a full-size Super Nintendo, you can just take this. And the fact that you would be taking a little Super Nintendo with NTSC compatibility anywhere you want. Put it in the pouch and take it round to your mate's house, or take it to work and stick it up on the big screen. There's a lot of possibilities. I know there's tons of stuff out there available in terms of portable devices, the GPD, a load of other Android-based devices, but for pure nostalgia, the Supaboy S is great. I'm very impressed. So if you want to grab one, they're available from funstockretro.co.uk, and don't forget to use our code TGS for 5% off. It gives you a little bit of a discount and makes it a little bit cheaper. I'll leave the link to this in the description below. Hopefully it's something that interests you, and hopefully this video has shown you the difference so you can figure out whether it's worth upgrading and whether it's worth buying one of these. So thank you for watching. Please don't forget to drop us a like on this video if you enjoyed it, and also drop us a comment below and let me know what you think about the Supaboy S. I'd love to hear your point of view. Thank you once again, and I will see you next time.